Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th canto, chapter 2, texts 17 and 18. This chapter is entitled as Dakṣa curses Lord Śiva. 17 doesn't have any purport, so we'll read through the 17 and go to 18. Is written on the board, so we'll decide that first. This chapter is entitled as Dakṣa curses Lord Śiva. Who gave the class yesterday? Oh, you are going to receive it. But that should stop Bhagavatam class. Bhagavatam class. Okay, take 17. Maitreya uvāca. Okay, vinindyaivāṁ sa giriśam. Apratīpam avasthitam. dakṣo thāpa upaspṛśya. kruddhaḥ śaptuṁ pracakrame. The sage Maitreya continued. Thus Dakṣa, seeing Lord Śiva sitting as if against him, washed his hand and mouth and cursed him in the following words. Text 18. Ayam tu deva-yajana indra-upendra-ādibhiḥ Okay, this is a sandhi. Read it together. obtain
Devai,
with the demigods, deva-gaṇādhamaḥ, the lowest of all the demigods. Translation by Divine Grace, Srimad Bhagavatam. The demigods are eligible to share the oblation of sacrifice. But Lord Śiva, who is the lowest of all the demigods, should not have a share. Please repeat after me. The demigods are eligible to share in the oblations of sacrifice. But Lord Śiva, who is the lowest of all the demigods, should not have a share. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Because of this curse, Shiva was deprived of a share in the oblations of Vedic sacrifice. It was due to the curse of Dakṣa. Srila Krishna Chakravarti commented in this connection that Lord Śiva was saved from the calamity of taking part with other demigods who are all materialistic. Lord Śiva is the greatest of devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it is not fitting for him to eat or sit with materialistic persons like the demigods. Thus, the curse of Dakṣa was indirectly a blessing, for Shiva would not have to eat or sit with other demigods who are too materialistic. There is a practical example set for us by Lord Babaji Maharaj, who is to sit on the side of a latrine to chant Hare Krishna. Many materialistic persons used to come and bother him and disturb his daily routine of chanting. So to avoid their company, he used to sit by the side of the latrine, where materialistic persons would not go because of the filth and the obnoxious smell. However, Lord Babaji Maharaj was so great that he was accepted as the spiritual master of such a great personality as His Divine Grace, Om Vishnupad, Sri Srimad Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. The conclusion is that Lord Śiva behaved in his own way to avoid materialistic persons who might disturb him in his persecution of devotional service. So these two verses together read as the sage Maitreya continued, thus Dakṣa, seeing Lord Śiva sitting as if against him, washed his hands and mouth and cursed him in the following words. The demigods are eligible to share in the oblation of sacrifice, but Lord Śiva, who is the lowest of all the demigods, should not have a share. So, Dakṣa versus Lord Śiva. So the background of this anecdote or this episode is a great assembly was in the assembly of the exalted personalities of different demigods and sages and others. When Dakṣa came, they all stood up to show respect to him. Because from that calculation, Dakṣa is a very exalted personality. Dakṣa is one of the first sons of Lord Brahma. In this universe, Brahma is the first creator. Brahma came directly from the navel of the Garbhodakṣa. Navel of Garbhodakṣa. From the navel of Garbhodakṣa, a lotus sprouted and Brahma was situated on that. Therefore, another name of Brahma is Swayambhu, one who is born himself. he didn't have any other forms of father or mother. He came directly from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then, when Brahma realized what his mission was, by the mercy of the Lord, Brahma felt the need to procreate his children. So, the first 4 children that Brahma produced from his mind, Brahma also created his first offspring directly from his mind. So they are the 4 Kumaras: Sana, Sanatan, Sanandan, and Sanatan. Then Brahma created 10 sons. So of this 10 sons, Dakṣa. So in that way, you can see that Dakṣa is in the material calculation, chronological calculation. Dakṣa is one of the senior-most. And then came the demigods. The demigods came Indra, Chandra, Varun, etc. as the children of Kashyap and Aditya. Therefore they are known as Aditya. So in that calculation, Dakṣa's position is senior. So everyone showed respect to Dakṣa when Dakṣa walked into that. But Lord Śiva did not. Lord Śiva did not because Lord Śiva was so absorbed in meditating upon the Supreme Personality of Godhead that Lord Śiva did not have any external consciousness. It's not that Lord Śiva deliberately wanted to insult or disrespect, show his disrespect to Dakṣa. But his consciousness was not there. He was not aware of what was happening. Who came, who walked away, or who came in, who stood up, or who was sitting down. So that was Lord Śiva. But Dakṣa became very upset. And from that calculation, Lord Śiva is junior to Dakṣa because Lord Śiva got married to Dakṣa's youngest daughter, Sati. So Sati was the youngest daughter of Dakṣa, who was married to Lord Śiva. And so from that calculation, he is his son-in-law. And Dakṣa is his father-in-law. And so that's why he felt that this is so my son-in-law is so disrespectful. He didn't stand up. He didn't offer obeisance. So he became very upset. So there is another consideration also that Lord Śiva is very detached from all material considerations. This is one thing about the devotee. Because they are in spiritual consciousness, they are always absorbed in spiritual consciousness. They are not materially inclined. They are not materially concerned about. They are not concerned about materialistic attitude. Materialistic attitude means having nice facilities, dress up nicely, have nice food, and so forth. So that from that count also, Dakṣa was a little upset with Dakṣa. That who did I get my daughter married? This guy doesn't even have a place to live. He lives in a crematorium. He doesn't wear clothes. He smears his body with ashes. And so, according to Dakṣa, Lord Śiva's behavior and attitude was very inappropriate. So that is also caused a little discomfort. And here we see that Dakṣa is a perfect example of a materialistic person. Materialistic people, they judge everything from material point. How much money one has, what kind of facilities he has, what kind of reputation he has, and so forth. And so from that calculation, Lord Śiva was not really according to Dakṣa's consideration. So Dakṣa was already a little upset with Lord Śiva, and now that he did not show respect to him, so he became very angry, very upset. And because that Lord Śiva would not get the yajna. See, the demigods, the way they sustain or the way they eat, they don't usually eat food. They eat the good wishes of their followers. These good wishes are offered in the form of sacrifice. So they get the sacrifice, and that is how one pleases them. Like you can say that this yajna is their food. Their food is the portion of the sacrifice. And that accordingly the demigods have their respective position. So Dakṣa, Lord Śiva was having yajna. Lord Śiva was not bothered about it. Here's Krishna Prasad. So what they should be worrying about yajna. And so this is how this incident actually took place. And Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, how many of you know who is Vishwanath Chakravarti? Okay, how many of you do not know who is Vishwanath Chakravarti? So it needs an explanation. Okay. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is one of our previous acharyas. He was a very, very exalted devotee. He hailed from eastern part of India, and later on he went to Vrindavan, and he spent his time, rest of his time in Vrindavan. He wrote a very important commentary on Srimad Bhagavatam. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur in his commentary to this verse, he mentioned that according to Dakṣa it was a curse, but to Lord Śiva it was a benediction. That he doesn't have to mingle with the demigods, because the demigods are materialists. They are concerned in materialistic affairs, and they judge things according to the materialistic calculation, and their aspirations and interests are on the material plan. So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur mentioned that it was actually a blessing to Lord Śiva. I'll read it again. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur comments in this connection that Lord Śiva was saved from the calamity of taking part with other demigods were all materialistic. Lord Śiva is the greatest devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and it is not fitting for him to eat or seek in materialistic persons like the demigods. Thus the curse of Dakṣa was indirectly a blessing, for Shiva would not have to eat or sleep with other demigods or all materialistic. So, in this respect, we also see that the Vedic culture has two lines. Vedic wisdom also has two aspects. One aspect is the Bhagavad Parampara. Brahma received the spiritual knowledge from Vishnu, from Lord Hari. And then he imparted this knowledge to his sons, the Prajapati, and their different disciples. So that is the materialistic side of the Vedas, which is Karmakanda section and the Jnana-kanda section. So that is the materialistic part. How to deal with the material nature. But through Narada, Brahma gave another parampara, which is known as Bhagavad Parampara. Bhagavad Parampara of the Bhagavad section is actually pertaining to the understanding of the Supreme Personality of God and developing one's relationship with the Supreme Personality. So, that is how this particular parampara has come about, Bhagavad. The Bhagavad Parampara is dealing with the pertaining to the whereas Karmakanda section of the Vedas are dealing with mainly with the demigods and materialism. So in this way, this particular line, there are two distinct different lines. Like devotees of the Lord, they are not interested in the materialistic affairs. What's the use of getting involved? Their involvement in materialistic affairs is only for the sake of teaching, only for the sake of spreading the glory. Sense gratification or enjoying the material nature is there. Therefore, from the materialistic point of view, the devotees sometimes may appear to be a little strange. Devotees may appear to be strange because when they are so different. Sometimes the parents of the devotees come and see how the devotees are living. Shocks them. Many of the devotees are coming from quite well-to-do background, quite opulent background. They're used to a lot of comforts, luxuries. But when then they leave their home, many of them leave their home and move into the temple and become devotees. And as brahmacharis, how do they live? 8 devotees in one room, sitting on the floor, sleeping on the floor, thin little mattress. And of course, don't sleep on thin mattress in winter time in China. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madan Mohan. Jai Shri Krishna Bhagavan. Jai Shri Shiva. is everybody comfortably situated? For winter you have proper mattress and blankets and duvet quilts. Okay, if you don't, then inform Bhagavatam and Prabhupada Krishna. Bhagavatam, everyone is comfortable. Anyway, so sometimes the parents, when they come to the temple and see how the devotees are living, they feel very upset. Their son is living in this way. They become very upset. They try to take their children back. The children don't want to go. Their sons don't want to go back. So I'm happy here. And the parents can't understand how can they be happy when they're living in this condition. There are 6-7 devotees sleeping in one room on the floor, just a mattress, and they don't have any privacy. That reminds me of the incident. One of my disciples in America, his parents actually lived in Beverly Hills. Beverly Hills is the most exclusive area in Los Angeles, where all these movie stars live. And there in Beverly Hills, his parents, actually his mother, his father, his parents separated. And his mother had a house, huge mansion. And in that mansion, once I used to visit. Later on I got to know his mother very well. Very nice devotee. I mean, very nice person. And so in that house, this big house, just 2 persons, his mother and him. And of course they had maid servants. And one part of the house was just meant for him. Like 4 or 5 rooms just was meant for him. Like his bedroom, his study, library, gym, his music room, all that. But he left home and he moved into it. He was living, as I said, of course not 60 devotees. In Los Angeles, in one room, 40 devotees. They don't sleep on the floor. They have bunk beds, like 2 beds, one up, one down. And when his mother came and saw him living in that condition, she was very confused. We can very much he had a big mansion in Beverly Hills, and he left that place and he moved into this temple and living in this condition. And he was, so of course she spoke to the temple president of Los Angeles. And so he tried to explain to her that, look, ultimately, it is not the material facilities that make you happy. It is the inner state. It's your happiness is inside you. And he gave the example that, look, in the mid-60s, he joined Subhas Prabhu, is a god brother of mine. He has been devoted for many years. And he told her, that look, we left home, and at least he has a place to sleep. We used to live, actually in the mid-60s, the American boys and girls, they left home and they were living under the trees. He said, at least we left home and we are living under trees in Golden Gate Park. Exactly. Why? Why did you leave our material comfort? And he said, look, you are also from that age. you know. And she could relate to it. And later on she became very supportive. And many of you know that devotee. You know who that devotee is? Arjuna knows him very well. Chandrasekhar. Chandrasekhar spent time here also. He came and spent time. And so why such, when everybody wants to have such a luxury and comfort of life, why does one give them up and take up this life of austerity? To them it's not a life of austerity, because they are enjoying. If they would enjoy, they would not live a life like this. So from this we can see the attitude of the devotee. Lord Śiva is living like this. Apparently it seems, why is Lord Śiva living like this? Because first thing we can consider, how do we see Lord Śiva? This is the place of Lord Śiva, Mahakaleshwar. Who is Lord Śiva? Lord Śiva is the Lord of the time. Time is actually a manifestation of Lord Śiva, God, on which the whole creation is resting. The whole creation is resting on this concept of time. Everything is resting on time. Our existence is dependent on what? Our existence is dependent on time. At some point in time we are born, and at some point in time we die. So in this way we can see who is controlling everything, the material nature. Lord Śiva. Maya, the personified material nature, is Maya. Who is her husband? Meaning who is the Lord? Lord Śiva. And why is that? Lord Śiva is so detached. Why is he so detached? Why is he so aloof? Why is he so unconcerned? It's because he is completely absorbed in the meditation of the Supreme Personality of God. When we see Lord Śiva, we see that he is meditating. Upon whom is he meditating? When you see Krishna, we see him dancing. But when you see Lord Śiva, how do you see him? Upon whom is he meditating? Lord Śiva is meditating on Shankar. Therefore he is Shankar. And then again another consideration is, who is Lord Śiva? Lord Śiva is the expansion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the aspect that deals with the material nature. Narayan, Vishnu, does not deal directly with the material nature, because material nature is external energy. Therefore, he doesn't deal with the external material nature, doesn't deal with the external energy. Because if he deals directly with the material nature, the external energy, then the external energy will not be external anymore. Therefore, he deals with the material nature through the agency of Lord Śiva. He expands himself as Lord Śiva. This point has been very nicely explained in Brahma Samhita. Kshiram jathāda vikāra vishesha dhruva sanjayate naditata prithagasthiyeto jas shambhutāmapi tatha svaitikāya govindam ādibhiḥ Kshiram. Kshiram means milk. Just as milk is transformed into yogurt, dahi. Kshiram yatha dahi vikara vishesha yoga. Just as in the contact with acid, milk becomes yogurt, dahi. Similarly, the Lord, in order to perform a very specific function, He transforms Himself into śaptuṁ. Śaptuṁ is another thing. Śaptuṁ. What is that special mission, special practice or work, special purpose is to deal with it. Therefore, we find that Lord Śiva is the husband of Maya, Mahamaya, material. So here, unfortunately, Dakṣa could not recognize the exalted position of Lord Śiva. He just judged him from the materialistic approach. Oh, he is my son-in-law, and look how he is disrespectful. And to begin with, look how he behaves. That's also another wonderful consideration. Why Lord Śiva is in crematorium? Why is he in crematorium? So that he can be away from materialism. The materialistic people, they don't like to go to the crematorium. They go to the crematorium only when they're forced to. Why does he wear? Why does he smear his body with the ashes? These ashes are the remains of the great exalted devotees who left their body, and after that their body is burned. That ash is smeared with him, just to show his appreciation for it. He is wearing the skulls. Whose skulls are those? These are the remains of the exalted devotees of the Lord. So, this is how Lord Śiva actually is. Whatever he is doing is either to show his respect to the Supreme Personality of God, or appreciation for the devotees. But unfortunately, materialistic people like Dakṣa could not recognize the exalted position of Shiva. But it doesn't matter. It did not matter to Lord Śiva. Lord Śiva was not affected. Oh, he cursed. Okay, fine. He went back to Kailash. But Dakṣa was in trouble. His attitude was so unpalatable. It was so undesirable and disrespectful that eventually what happened? When Dakṣa performed a great sacrifice, Dakṣa, in that he invited everyone, all the exalted personalities, except Shiva and Sati, his own daughter. And Sati saw that all these demigods and they are just going somewhere. And she found out where they were going. And she found out that they are going to Dakṣa's yajna. Big celebration is taking place. So Sati also wanted to go. She felt, I don't need an invitation to go to my father's house. And when she insisted, Lord Śiva told her, I don't know, you haven't been invited, Lord Śiva. still insisted, I don't need an invitation to go to my father's house. Then finally Lord Śiva let her go. But when Sati went there, Dakṣa was insulting her, started to insult her. And himself started to insult Lord Śiva. Sati could not tolerate that. She gave up her power. And that enraged Lord Śiva, that not only he destroyed Dakṣa Yajna, but he took the body of Sati and he started to dance his Tāndava Nritta. Tāndava Nritta is the dance of devastation. As a result of that dance, the whole creation actually becomes destroyed. When Lord Śiva dances with his Tāndava Nritta, so we can see that Lord Śiva is the source of time. So when the time goes away, then what will happen to everything? Everything will destroy. But this he does at the appropriate time, when it is meant to be destroyed. But this was a time when it's not meant to be, creation is not meant to be destroyed. But then nothing could actually stop Lord Śiva. He took the body of Sati and he started to dance. The Tāndava Nritta. So finally when Vishnu saw that the creation is going to be, the creation is in distress, is going to be destroyed untimely. So what did he do? He released the Sudarshan Chakra, which cut the different limbs of Sati's body. And they fell in 51 different places. Those 51 places are actually the tirthas of Devi. And then at some point, Lord Śiva saw that Sati's body is not there. So then he stopped to dance. And it didn't end there, it continued further. Lord Śiva now he is completely absorbed in meditation. Sensual. Now, in the meantime, Sati actually took birth as the daughter of the Himalaya, Parvati. So Parvati is now to get married to Lord Śiva. But Lord Śiva is in a trance. His senses are completely withdrawn. So the demigods urged cute Kamde, mother, that you go and arouse the calm of Lord Śiva. And he said, look, I don't dare to risk my life. So he said, don't worry, we will protect you. And so he shot Panchashar, 5 arrows to Lord Śiva, the flower arrows, and then broke Lord Shiva's meditation. And he was upset. Who broke my meditation? And he looked at Kamdev. And as a result of that, Kamdev's body got burned to ashes. The poor Kamdev, Madan, lost his body. Therefore, his Ananga, one who doesn't have a body, is invisible. His activities are invisible. Anyway, then he came back to his senses and Parvati was performing austerity to get Lord Śiva as a husband. who was the general of the demigods. Anyway, thus goes the history of our great past, the history of mankind. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any question?
Hare Krishna Brahma. Maharaj, could you kindly explain about Sati when she self-annihilated herself because of insult, but still her body remained and it didn't turn to ash?
No, she left her body. She left her body, the body was there. And that body Lord Śiva picked up. Actually, she left the body, you can say that remorse that she was feeling, it turned into kind of a fire, remorse. And that has been, kind of a fire that made her leave her body. But her body was there. And Lord Śiva picked up and started his Tandava, as I mentioned. And then seeing, there's nothing, no way we can stop Lord Śiva. So finally Vishnu released the Sudarshan Chakra and cut Sati's body into 51 pieces. As Lord Śiva was dancing and the body was cut this way, the body was not there anymore. Lord Śiva received it. Okay.
My question was, as you told, this is our great past, like this history. So just converts and came, Jesus named it as mythology. So because of that, Jesus told that our history is a few hundred years back. Because of that, when we approach students or others, they just neglect this and they say this is old thing. What should be done so that they recognize this?
We have to urge to use the common sense. Like, when you look at time, can you just say that time is just, if it existed only 1,000 years, 5,000 years, how does the time move? It moves in cycles. A second comes after a second. Minute comes after a minute. Hour comes after an hour. Day comes after a day. Year comes after a year. In this way, we see that broader and broader concept of time. Even. It's all moving in the cycle. So we can to say that human civilization is 12 years. That's a mistake. In the West, they may have become civilized 1200 years. Or 2000 years. That's how we calculate. Before Christ, after Christ. As if Christ is the fixer of time. Everything is calculated from Christ. So, anyway, at least they're accepting Jesus Christ. That's a good thing. But the point is, the time moves on cycle. Bhutva, creation, destruction, creation and destruction. Just as day comes after night and day, the cycle, creation and destruction, the cycle. And then you go into that, like how can I say that civilization will be so many years? There has been civilization, the whole thing. Satya, Treta, Dwapara, annihilation. Satya, Treta, Dwapara, annihilation. It's going on since time before. Okay, there are some questions from the internet. This is from Brajaraja Sutta. Brajaraja Sutta is from America. Brajaraja Sutta, I'm very happy to see that you've been watching. Thank you very much. How is it that since Krishna does not associate with material nature, that he comes and displays his pastimes in Vrindavan? Very good question. That the question I mentioned, that the Supreme Personality of Godhead does not deal with the material nature, which is his external nature. Therefore, he transforms himself into śaptuṁ to deal with it. So the question is that if Krishna does not associate with the material nature, then how come he comes and displays his pastimes in this material nature? Places like Vrindavan, Mathura, Dwarka, or Rajasthan. Yes, very good question, Brajaraj Sutta. Yes, you see, he comes to the material nature with his abode. He doesn't come to the material nature. He brings the spiritual nature into the material nature and he displays his pastimes. An example can be given that the US government has an embassy in Delhi, in India. Now, is that Indian, the US embassy? No, it's an extension of the United States of America. Similarly, different countries, the embassies they have, that's an extension of the country. Similarly, these dhams of the Lord are an extension of the spiritual sky. And it is through the Yogamaya that his pastimes are manifest. So, it is by the arrangement of Yogamaya. So he doesn't touch the material nature. But people of the material nature can benefit from his pastimes because they become attracted. Well, next question is, Dakṣa is the son of Brahma, then what is he doing in earth planet? To begin with, the Dakṣa is not in the earth planet. Dakṣa has an abode in the higher planetary system. The question is from Manohar. Again from Manohar. Lord Śiva is the devotee of Lord Śiva. Then why is he attached from the body of Satima? Well, because Sati is his Shakti. These personalities have their Shakti, or you can say female expansion. Just as it's like we can say that Krishna, Radhini Shakti is Radha. When Krishna expands himself into Vasudeva, his expansion is Queen of Dwarka. When he expands into Narayan, his pleasure potency expands into Lakshmi. When he expands himself into Lord Śiva, his Shakti or his pleasure potency expands into Parvati. So it's part, it's inseparable parts or extension of his existence, Satta. Thank you very much.